of the case. Uh, okay, so little bit about myself. Most of you who follow me on Twitter must be aware little bit of things that I have done. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. Uh, so coming back to scalping, where we were talking about, I'm not very good at having detailed analysis of charts. So that's why I rely most of my analysis based on indicators. I know most of the indicators are lagging, but at the same time, I would like to have confirmations rather than just analyzing based upon kind of price action in candlesticks and all. No issues with that. Maybe this is my weakness. So I just came out with things that I'm comfortable with. If you're comfortable with candlesticks, yeah, you can use candlesticks and not any indicators, and that is how you can do the scalping as well. But for me, indicators are definitely a must, and I follow the whole price pattern and everything based upon the indicators. So I will go through quite a few indicators that I use, and the open interest tables and everything. So let me quickly go through the first slide. So there are okay. If I can quickly go through the, if you can see this slide that I'm talking about. So these are the list of indicators that we will be using for scalping. Moving average, all of you know about that. So specifically, I use 8 and 21 moving average because of this. These are Fibonacci numbers. Then I use MACD. All of us you know about MACD. Then ADX, VWAP, PSR, Supertrend, and RSI. Now for Supertrend, I rely on it because obviously it is based upon the average true range, and somehow because of short time frame, somehow Supertrend gives a decent enough signal, you can say. So there are three Supertrends I use. So one is 10-3, 14-2, and 21-1. If you are okay, you can do two super trains. If you are okay, you do one. That is all fine. It's all about how exactly kind of you're comfortable with. Uh, so basically, it is all about how many confirmations do you want before you take a trade. So for me, Supertrend and MACD and VWAP along with ADX, these are the main indicators that I kind of use. So anybody who wants to use Supertrend, the parameters that I use is 10-3, 14-2, and if needed 21-1. So these are the three parameters. RSI default setting. If somebody wants to have a little faster, maybe you can use 11 instead of 14. PSR default, VWAP obviously there is no this thing VWAP, ADX default, MACD default, moving average 8 and 21. These are the two moving averages that I kind of use. So basically we will run everything, whatever little system, whatever that is there, I will be running it through these indicators, and I'll walk you through how I kind of use it, and I'll okay fine. Let's go through what I actually meant by the few indicators. So so if I come back to this thing, the entry conditions are based upon this thing. So if you see, the first confirmation is price is above super trend 10-3, price is above super trend 14-2, price is above PSR. Not necessarily all of these has to come in the same order, but these are confirmatory signals to me. Similarly, if you see ADX above 25, stochastics positive crossover, your what is price above EMA that I was talking about 8 and 21 positive crossover, or negative crossover in case you want to go short, and prices above VWAP. So these are the few. So more and more confirmations that are coming from these indicators, more confident I will have to take positions, accelerate my positions, and try to create more kind of number of positions in terms of if I'm buying options or selling buying puts. I can increase the quantity depending upon the number of signals that are giving me confirmatory signals. So these are just like number of green signals that you have before you keep your vehicle moving ahead. The path is clear because all of these are giving you green signals. So that is exactly how I look at it. It is absolutely not mandatory to follow all of it. Whatever that you're comfortable, just have few things for confirmation, and that is exactly how the path will be a little more clearer. So, and the most important thing, what I use is the elder impulse system. I'll come back to it. Why do I like it? At the same time, I kind of see Hekinesi charts just for the trend. But the issue, I will come to Hekinesi again. What are the benefit and what are the demerits because of which it might be used and you may not be using it. But no harm in keeping both the charts open in different time frames just to have better understanding of the trend and a small time frame trend in different two kind of parts. So I think more or less this is what is that we are looking at for entry conditions. And exit conditions, out of these 4 or 5 parameters, if any of the two are turning kind of negative in a smaller time frame, I think that will be what I'll be looking at. I'll not be trying to look at it that everything has to turn red. No, but if I'm looking at 5 green signals, the moment either two of them are coming red, I think those are warning signals. I can come out of it. So this is exactly how my entry and exit will be kind of predefined, and this is how I'll be kind of doing scalping throughout the day. Now understand one thing: scalping is not something like even for a short-term period trend. You might get an explosive move in Bank Nifty for let's say 100 points, and in normal circumstances, let's say your at the money call would be let's say jumping by 50 points. All I'm interested to kind of capture around say 40 to 50 points or 30 to 50 points in that call, and that volume might be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, depending upon how much of confirmation that is there from each of the signals. So that is exactly how kind of we trade. I for record don't trade anything much in future. I'm talking about the index, because there is a probability factor that if I use the at the money call or at the money put, that will have much better risk reward ratio kind of thing. So that is one reason why I'll be using Bank Nifty options or Nifty options in normal conditions when the IV is under the kind of radar. It is not when the IV is around more than 60, 50, 70. That is not the time when you buy options. But yes, when the IV is let's say below 20 or maybe 25, that is all fine, but not in the current zone, if I may say. So coming back, so this is the first slide. So we understand there are a few indicators that we'll be looking at, and once and only when those indicators are giving us green signals, we'll be looking at for any buy or sell. And exit conditions, out of 5 buys or sells, if 2 of them are giving the opposite direction kind of calls, then we'll be kind of leaving. I'll be showing few charts, and I think that will be making the things a little more clearer. And yeah, so this is scalping. If before going ahead, if you may say, we are talking about these are the different things that we look at scalping. As I was saying, the first column, like this is not for novice traders. You ought to be knowing what you're kind of not doing. You don't need to know the direction. If the market is flat, you cannot be doing scalping. And there has to be trend, there has to be momentum in the stock or the index before which you can start doing the scalping. So that's why I put that point. If you don't know where you're going, you probably won't be ending up there, said by the great Yogi Berra. But the point is, what I'm trying over here is that direction is the key. If you don't get the direction, it will be very very difficult to kind of do scalping. So you need to anticipate your direction. You maybe kind of uh, uh, what do you say, anticipate the direction of the upside or downside or whatever that is there. That's exactly how you can do it. Okay, I find a few comments that Hindi. Okay, I'll try to put few things in kind of Hindi, and let's say how exactly it is going. So first thing first, this is definitely not for novice traders who are entering into the stock market initially, एंड उनको पता नहीं रहेगा कि कितना जल्दी मूवमेंट रहेगा बैंक निफ्टी कॉल या पुट में या निफ्टी इंडेक्स की कॉल एंड पुट में. सो बी वेरी वेरी क्लियर दैट व्हाट यू ट्राइंग टू अचीव आउट ऑफ द काइंड ऑफ स्कैल्पिंग स्ट्रैटेजी. यहाँ पे ऐसा करना होता है कि आपको क्विकली यू हैव टू गेट इन, आपको क्विकली पोजीशंस लेना बनाना पड़ता है. एंड बाय द टाइम आपका शॉर्ट टाइम फ्रेम में अगर पोजीशंस आर लेट्स से द इंडिकेशंस आर कमिंग बियरिश, आपको पोजीशंस को मतलब छोड़ना होता है. सो नॉट नेसेसरली ऑल्सो दैट एवरी टाइम यू एंटर ए पोजीशन इट विल गो विथ यू. देयर विल बी टाइम्स व्हेन आप पोजीशंस लिए बट मार्केट स्टार्टेड गोइंग अगेंस्ट यू. You have to have a different definite what you say stop loss, and you have to get out of it. There is no scope of doing average out, or आप ऊपर में लिए हैं नीचे से भी ले लेंगे या ऊपर से सेल किए तो और नीचे का तो और भी सेल करेंगे. नो, यू हैव टू हैव ए प्री डिफाइंड स्टॉप लॉस. आपको पता होना चाहिए थी कि आपका स्टॉप लॉस लेने का एपिटाइट और व्हाट इज द रिस्क दैट यू कैन टेक, एंड दैट इज एग्जैक्टली हाउ यू कैन काइंड ऑफ गोइंग थ्रू इट. So this is definitely for not for the pro traders. This is not for the novice traders. Somebody who has decent amount of knowledge कि market किस direction में जा रहे हैं, where the support and resistance are there, they can do it, and you have to develop that skill set. Then psychological traits, movement itself is what matters to a scalper. अगर momentum नहीं है, movement नहीं है, then you cannot be doing scalping. So those are the days for maybe seller who can keep selling because market is not moving anywhere. So that is one. Then आप ऐसा हो सकता है कि let's say आप कोई भी stock index ले रहे हैं या stock ले रहे हैं. If you buy certain quantity of stock, if let's say you bought something at around 100, you saw 130 coming, you sold it off because आपका kind of risk reward is always predetermined. आपको लगता है कि हम ये 20-30 पॉइंट का मूव देगा, मैं 1000-2000 क्वांटिटी ले लूँगा, that is how I'll be making money. Now the point is, ये भी हो सकता है 130 देने के बाद it has already reached, मतलब it has also gone to 150 and 160. You don't need to feel bad about it because that is the trade a scalper has to develop, that because we are very indifferent where the market is moving, but we are very certain about whenever it is moving we are going to take a part of the movement. हमें ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए कि जितना भी हमें मूवमेंट आ रहा है वो मूवमेंट हमें पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट हमें मिलेगा. नो, दैट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी. व्हाट वी कैन डू, we'll take small portion of the kind of the up move or down move that is coming. 100 से लिए 120 में सेल किए, maybe you can enter again at 140 150, sell it at around 170. So this is exactly how you can do it. Maybe it can also be done that आप 100 में लिए, हाफ क्वांटिटी आप 120 130 में बेचे, 140 50 में हाफ क्वांटिटी बेचे. This is exactly how you can kind of scale it up. You can send the square up the positions like this. But it is not that you need to become a short-term investor during that period of 10 minutes or 15 minutes kind of thing. So the objective has to be there. This is the time frame that you are looking at. This is a kind of up move that I am looking at, and this is exactly how I'm looking for this much of profit or whatever that is there. Yeah, so and again there is no point, there is no scope of doing any revenge trade just because you made losses in some trade, just because the loss is there. आपको ये भी नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि even if there is the momentum I'll still enter because I've lost money in the other trade. So you have to be little accommodative of how exactly the things are playing out. So yeah, so this is exactly the psychological trade, I would say. And you have to be content with small gains. Don't have to expect, because आपका volume ज़्यादा होगा, with the every tranche of confirmatory signals, you'll kind of increase the quantity. So you have to scale it down also slowly, steadily, and you book the profit. So yeah, this is what is psychological trades. Skill set that are needed is definitely that you're being very sure what exactly, how much of the move that might be coming, whether the move is genuine or the breakout or is not a proper breakout, is a fake out kind of thing. And you have to get in quickly and you have to get out very fast, and that those are the things kind of you need to kind of look at. Pros for the scalping, I would say the benefits are that you do not have to have any overnight positions. You can clearly kind of take out positions during the day, and you still can make money if the momentum is there. So definitely that risk is like the days that are happening right now, one day 200 gap up, the other day 200 gap down. So scalping, but if you adapt this method of trading, scalping is something that you can do it during the day, and it has to end during the day. So there is no risk, overnight risk of of the uncertainties that are there. Then professional scalpers, they find opportunity in every market, be it bear market or bull market. They'll keep finding their stock, they'll keep finding their instrument where the momentum is there, and they kind of make money out of it. So you need to understand which kind of instrument you want to trade. Is it futures, some stocks, index options, whatever that you want to choose, but you have to know the characteristics of that particular instrument. So those are the few kind of necessities of let's say dealing with scalping. Then limitations are definitely there because you're dealing with a heavy quantity. If at all the movement is not happening, and let's say you're not finding the requisite profit or whatever, there are times you'll be missing the up move because you felt that the movement is not there. So and also the kind of spread that you get, like the Bank Nifty, the kind of spread that you're getting nowadays, it is not very liquid. So you need to understand if spread is good or not, and also you need to be very happy with the small risk and small kind of reward. Let's say if your risk is 10, if your reward is let's say 20, this is exactly how the scalping will work. You have to keep taking a trailing stop loss. The stop loss has to be there with every trans that you're adding with the quantity that you are trading. And also the limitation is that कि just because आप let's say 100 में buy किए हैं and the stock instead of going to 120 it is started going towards let's say 90 80, you have to have a stop loss and you have to get out. There is no point of adding more quantities from lower levels because you think yeah, market might bounce back. So these are the few things that you can keep it kind of in radar. And this is exactly what are the needs, if I may say, like the pros and the limitation and what are the skill sets that are needed. I hope I'm clear till this point. If at all you're missing anything, we can discuss again post the kind of session. But yeah, I think once we have the read the PPT, you'll understand what we are trying to kind of looking at. So I'm coming to the third slide. Uh, that would be the elder impulse system. If you remember the first slide, I told you about two kind of charts that I look at. One is elder impulse system, and the second is Hakinesi charts. So if I'm coming to the elder impulse system, so there are couple of things. So most of the brokers they do give the elder impulse system in your charting software. So basically, it is talking about when your 13 EMA and your MACD they are in the kind of same consensus. The candle bars will be coming in green, and in the upside movement, when the candlesticks and the I'm sorry, the 13 EMA and let's say the MACD, if they are coming at let's say opposite to each other in terms of the consensus, they'll be coming in the purple one. So EMA is going up, MACD is going down, they'll be coming as purple because there is no consensus between the two. And if at all both of them are coming the same thing, like the EMA is going down, your MACD is also going down, they'll be coming as red. The benefit of EIS or elder impulse system is that they give you a fast exit, which is the demerit of a Heikinesi chart, because Heikinesi charts, because of the kind of formation they make, they always give a delayed exit. So just give me a second. I'm getting a. So yeah. So if we come back to the slide, so EMA positive, MACD positive in terms of what how the market is behaving. They will be giving you the green signal in terms of up move. EMA going down, MACD also going down. They will be talking about okay, market is going down because the short side may the consensus is there. Let's say EMA is going up and MACD is going down, or EMA is going down and MACD is going up, you will have a purple bar. So this is the disagreement between the two indicators. That is where market doesn't have a consensus where exactly does it want to go, upside, downside, or whatever. So this is where the EIS give you a finer kind of fastest exit to the kind of trading that you're doing. So if you see, I think whatever that I have told you, this is kind of self-explanatory, and I have written it over here. So green signals are like no, the market is going up. Red is market going down. Blue is like no, there is no consensus between the two, and this is as simple as that. So there is no system. It is just the color of your candles will change accordingly, and it is easy to kind of reflect upon what is happening in the market. So coming back to the next slide. Um, 1 second. Okay, so coming back to the next slide, this is another kind of candle. Heikinesi, all of us kind of know about Heikinesi. So the way, if I can come back to one chart and just pay attention to what I'm trying to show, and you'll understand. I'll come back to Heikinesi again. So I hope you are able to see this chart of Heikinesi. Just give me a second. Let me just confirm if you guys are able to see the screen or not. So, okay, the left hand side, if you see, we have the system in EIS. Okay, so if you see, we have indicators ADX, we have MACD, we have Veeru, and we have 8 and 21 crossover of moving average. Now, if you see it from this point, so this is today's chart only, Bank Nifty. Okay, this is 3-minute chart. If you see the first time when the PSR has given you a kind of green signal. It is under the price, so obviously it is bullish, and it is giving a buy signal. Let's say if you see below, your ADX has turned green around about that time, and also your MACD is crossing above zero. I hope this is all clear. This is like if in the straight line, if you see, this is the point where ADX is giving you a buy signal, your PSR is giving you a buy signal, and your 8 and 21 crossover is happening on a 3-minute chart. Now also MACD is also going above zero. So if I ask you in terms of the number of signals we are getting for a particular chart for particular, of course this is about today's move only, but at the same time, I think by the time when the signal came, it was around 20,000, and the Bank Nifty went to around say 28,800 or something about that. So 700-800 ka movement can be captured if we just follow the system little more discipline wise and try to understand what is happening here. Now let's come to the second slide. Second part of the chart where we are talking about Bank Nifty Heikin chart, and this is a 5-minute chart. Now there are a difference between why I use a 5-minute and 3-minute. I will be looking at the 5-minute chart because of the should I say because of the trend. Okay, the trend is definitely much better in a 5-minute chart in Heikin than a let's say 3-minute chart of EIS. So for the trade, I'll be referring to Heikin, and for a faster exit, I'll be looking at a EIS. If you can look at the EIS chart, from the time when the ADX has turned green, MACD has gone above zero, and PSR has given a buy signal, and 8 and 21 crossover has happened positively. There is not a single red bar. So when I said the red bar will be coming only when your MACD and MACD line and 13 EMA are not in the agreement. So that is how the red line will be coming, but red bar will be coming. But you don't see a red bar. So at least we know we don't need to exit, or the trend is not turning around in a smaller time frame. If you see the right hand side, the EIS, the Heikin chart, on the 5-minute and bit of higher time frame, all the super trend has given you a buy signal. If you see, there are 3 super trends. One is your 10-3, second is your 14-2, and the third is 21-1. So if you see this, all these super trend have given you a buy signal. Your RSI is gone above 50, which is again a bullish one. And I would not say much about stochastics right now, but at the same time, out of all this thing, these are kind of giving us kind of green signals. Now, if you look at the Heikin chart on a 5-minute candle and the slope of super trend, if I may kind of tell you, just understand, even if super trend is good, most of the time we need to ensure the slope of a super trend either is upside, going almost like 45 degree, 30 degree, 50 degree, whatever, that kind of slope. And if it is market is correcting, it is going down. So let's say 45 degree नीचे जा रहा है, let's say 50 degree नीचे जा रहा है, the slope has to be there. अगर slope straight है, horizontal है, then that is not a trade. Then don't trade at that time. Maybe you can taste the water, but not in much of quantity. That is exactly what's the point of having kind of a Heikin chart and EIS chart ka comparison. So coming back to Heikin charts, so basically you know how the calculation is done. So I have just made 2 things. One, the limitation of Heikin is that it's a lagging indicator, and because the calculation of the present Heikin candle will be coming from the previous candle, as you know the calculation. So it is always a lagging indicator. And the other point is that they are not very kind of how to say, they not let you enter very fast, and they not let you exit very fast, because they take time to change the trend. But at the same time, if you're looking at the trend in a shorter time frame, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, they are very good candles to refer to for any kind of change in trend. If the trend is going down or the trend is going up, in a 5 minute or 10 minute, they will definitely give a much better validation. But if you see the EIS, in EIS they'll tell you when to exit. The moment you get a red bar, that's the time to exit, and that's exactly what is needed for a scalper. एंट्री तो ठीक है, सब लोग हम एंट्री आराम से कर लेंगे, हम मार्केट मूव हो रहा है, बट देयर आर टाइम्स वी जस्ट मिस दैट ट्रिक व्हेन टू एग्जिट. We don't like to exit if there is a loss. We don't like to exit when there is not much of profit. But you have to blindly follow your time frame. You need time frame, the candle that you're looking at. More than that, uh, the way we trade in 3 minute and 5 minute. There are times we look at 1 minute and 3 minute also. But at the same time, you need to understand what is the time frame that you're looking at for trading, what kind of instrument that you're trading, and what is the ATR. ATR is something that you can also look at for better understanding of the volatility of this stock for current regime, if I may say. So yes. So if I come back to what we have discussed so far, we have discussed few indicators that we are going to rely upon. We discussed about two kind of candlestick charts. One is Hekinasi and the other one is EIS. EIS is for faster exit, and EIS is, well, sorry, the Hekinasi is going to talk about the trend. You have to take both the candles into consensus before you kind of start kind of accumulating positions or increase the positions and things like that. So this is exactly how I would say we can kind of do the scalping. You can develop, you can substitute any of these things with your set of indicators that you are comfortable with. For me, these are the things that I am comfortable with. I am not asking you to kind of copy my style, but I'm just trying to share whatever that has kind of given me decent amount of comfort while doing scalping. So if you are comfortable with not with ADX and let's say stochastic RSI you want to look at, please look at it. There is no strict rules that we have to only follow these indicators. No, don't think like that. Anything that you're comfortable, you can do it. I use 8 and 21 EMA crossover. You're not okay with that, you want to do 10 and 30, great. You want to do 5 and 15, great. It has got nothing wrong. But at the same time, जैसे जैसे हम हाईवे में गाड़ी चलाते हैं, if we find कि 4-5 आगे का signals हमें green signal दे रहे हैं and there is no delay in receiving those signals, we are all comfortable, right? हमें पता है कि हाँ सब ठीक ठाक है, nothing to worry, things are going fine. So indicators are just like check post. Don't carry too much weight on them, but they give lot of comfort to your decision making skills, and that is what is needed. So when you're scalping on a smaller time frame, you just have to rely upon how reliable those kind of indicators are, and how much you can kind of validate upon their signals, that kind of thing. So if I may say like let's say someday if we can go to this chart of scalping setup by broker, Nitesh, yeah. So if you see this thing, not for a single time, let's say you know this thing, next time whenever you see some setup like this, just have this thing side by side. Just tell me where one point you would have exited because something has gone wrong. Your look at the EAS, the left hand side chart. The MACD crossover from the white going below red hasn't happened. MACD is above 0. ADS hasn't gone below 25. Your the price has not gone below your view up. The price has not gone below your PSR. If you see the 8 and 21 ka crossover, not for a single time, these lines have kind of come closer. The distance they make a move 8 and 21 के बीच में जितना distance बढ़ेगा, the confirmation of strength is going to be that much. So this is for entry. For every 3 minutes, if you can start scalping, look at the amount of points that you can get in Bank Nifty, and that is all that is needed. You just need kind of a few confirmation. So the first time, the way I would do it, the first time you see this crossover that is happening, take let's say for the timing we are scalping, let's say Bank Nifty ka future. So first time 8 into 1 is crossing over, you buy one lot, correct? Now you see you're just testing the water, there is no additional thing that you're doing. Now the second time, if you see the PSR has gone below the price and the ADS has turned above and the MACD is also gone above 0, let's start adding one lot, not much, just let's take it slowly and take it one lot. And till the time the price is not going above the viewer, the horizontal line that I'm talking about, let's not add any more positions. Let's add couple of lots there. So 5 lots, if you're adding it around 20,200 level, I don't think we have an exit so far in a smallest time frame. Now what you need to do, if you see VWAP के ऊपर there are 3-4 candles which has turned purple, and those are horizontal. That's the time to be cautious in the market. It can turn red. okay, on a 3-minute candle. So what we need to do, don't add any positions anywhere. Whenever you have taken it, your stop loss is always kind of not defined. Okay, आप अगर let's say 19,000 में ले रहे हो, and let's say आपका stop loss 30-40 points, 50 points is going. Just a second. And every up move of 50-60 points, you trail your stop loss. You don't have to kind of keep your stop loss way below. Let's say 20,100 में buy के your stop loss is 20,000, let's say 40 rupees. It goes to 200, your stop loss going to be 100. It goes to 300, your stop loss going to be, let's say 250, 220. That is how you trail the stop loss. Either you do that, or if you kind of not do any kind of algo trading, I'm pretty sure most of you must be doing, you just put 1.5 ATR, or maybe if 1.5 is more too much, just put 1 ATR, and that is more than fine. The stop loss will automatically get trailed. Now from this move, if you see from the inflection point, there is no looking back in Bank Nifty till the dying hours for the last say 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If you see, the candles formed kind of horizontal, and it is purple. I'll not add quantity here, but every time, just mark my word, every time your green candle is coming and it is crossing the high of the previous swing trading ka, let's say swing trading here, I'm talking about 3-4 bars, 4-5 bars, not more than that, or maybe 6-7 bars. That's it. 6-7 20 minutes I'm talking. So here if you see, I'm not sure whether you can see my mouse and all, but if you see the price when it is around 29,200 and 300 के बीच में candle का ending हुआ है, whenever the price is crossing that high, you add quantity, and it all depends upon the quantities: 2 lot, 3 lot, 5 lot, 10 lot, doesn't matter. And if you see, I'll only add quantity whenever my candle is breaking the high of the previous swing candle ka high. And that is a very very simple step. You add quantity, and you have to add quantity as a scalper. आपको scalping करना है तो ये आपको move catch करना है. आपको move catch करना है तो आपको quantity बढ़ाना है. Now how much to add and how much to put a stop loss, it all depends upon your risk profile. मैं आपको पहले दिन से नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि just because I have told you and this is a good way of trading, that doesn't mean कि आप बैंक निफ्टी का कॉल पुट बाय करें या बैंक निफ्टी का फ्यूचर बाय करें and 10-15 लॉट एक साथ बाय करें. No, don't do that. Go by one lot, increase it by another lot, increase it by another couple of lots. You do it in some manner. When the final climax comes, do you see the final bar? I'm talking about 20,500 upwards. These are the explosive moves I'm talking about. So from 20,500, we are talking about 20,900 तक Bank Nifty गया है. So you have to kind of also adding and scalping on a lower level. It is a skill. How much to add? आप कितना quantity add करेंगे, कितना quantity में आप stop loss रखेंगे, you have to be very careful. And when you need to add, the definition is that आपका 3-4 previous candle का जो high बना है, उसको वो high break करना चाहिए. If that is getting broken, that is giving even further more confirmatory signals. Now let's look at the zone between 20,100 and 20,250 maybe. That one candle of 150 points, I guess, in a 3 minute. In that one candle, if I ask you to add quantity, what are the parameters? All the parameters are green, right? MACD is above 0. Your MACD is having positive crossover. Your ADS is more than 25. Your PSR is below the price. Price is above view up, and 821 is also crossover has happened long back. Now, what is the key thing that will be taking into account before adding more positions? That thing would be going to be your previous 3-4-5 candle का high अगर break हो रहा है, then only add quantity. Else don't do it. And let's say now you look at 20,100 and 20,200. That zone, if you see 10 minutes there, there is no movement. The prices are all on purple patch. There is no buy, there is no sell. That is not the zone to buy kind of what is the quantity. You can say कि हम तो यहाँ पे add कर रहे but higher price में. So be it. It is just like getting into a flight. I would rather want to pay higher price, which will give me assurity that my journey is going to be smooth, rather than paying a smaller price and taking a risk. The fight might kind of crash down. So this is about that. When you buy at the top of the high, that gives you the confirmation that price may have a better probability going upside. So this is how you buy. Now look at the candle for the next 2 green bars. If you see that, again the price is going above the previous high. So keep adding the quantities depending upon your risk profile as and when the price is breaking the previous swing candles ka high. Now please remember the swing candle high I am talking about 4-5 bars maybe, or 3-4 bars maybe, not more than that. And if at all during this time frame, keep looking at the super trend on the right hand side, the Heikin chart over there. The price has definitely, the slope of the super trend has not gone down even once. It is not kind of flattening out or something like that. So you know the trend is intact. So even if there is a small purple candle is coming, it is okay. Just maybe for a 1, 2, and Bank Nifty anyway, which we know it's a wild beast. Something like we kind of keep seeing a fluctuation of 50, 100 points and things like that. So I think this is exactly kind of I would say how you can keep kind of keep adding the positions. Please understand, it will definitely take a bit of time to get yourself acquainted with the skills of adding positions. I'm pretty sure most of you must be doing a lot of algo trading and must be very swave in the quant trading. For me, I scalping is the only part where I have not automated my things, because I always kind of would like to have things under control. And somehow I don't know, I'm not comfortable. So it's more of Virendra Sehwag style, like hand and eye coordination, and you see okay, it is in the zone and you go for it. If it is not in the zone, don't go for it. It's as simple as that. So if you can just keep thinking about this chart, and next time whenever you see some setup like this, uh, price 821, any EMA you can consider, don't worry, not this is sacrosanct, you can take up anything, any kind of parameter that you want. ADS green, MACD more than 0, MACD positive crossover, and the right hand side may you see the Heikin chart, and Heikin chart ka trend on a 5-minute candle is definitely on a positive side. There is nothing to worry. You can keep adding your positions and keep see. There are times I don't care about like how exactly the movement is happening. If by this 20,200 level my quantity has already become 2,000, let's say hypothetically, and there are many times I kind of end up doing that. By the time it comes to 20,600, 700, I'll be out of it. I don't want to see what is happening post that. So it all depends whether you want to carry positions home, you want to square up positions during the day, whatever, that's up to you. But scalping, by definition, it is like you take something intraday, you square it off within intraday. Okay, so I think this is exactly what I wanted to talk about, how the setup can be used. And there are obviously other things that we are going to look at. But yes, we will definitely take up questions regarding this chart setup and how exactly this can be done. But this is exactly what I do, and this is straightforward. To be honest, nobody needs to tell you why you need to kind of buy or sell or whatever. But the only thing is that this is definitely kind of quite easy. Once you get acquainted with the setup, it this kind of move upside or downside keeps coming. You just have to find your setup and find your stock and which instrument that you want to do. For the record, I only do scalping in Bank Nifty, that too through options buying. That is my comfort zone. But if you find you can do scalping in Maruti, that is a good stock that you can understand, you can do it. But the fact of the matter is that I somehow have an issue with lot of stocks because the liquidity might not be there. A 3 rupees trade in a Maruti like stock doesn't augur well for me. बट बैंक निफ्टी इंडेक्स में हम स्कैल्पिंग ज़्यादा ही करते हैं. वी जस्ट डू द स्कैल्पिंग इन इंडेक्स, both bank nifty and nifty index, and that too by through call and put options. We buy, so that is how the buying comes into picture, and I'll be telling you how exactly we do the buying and how exactly it is helpful. So let me get back to spider, guys, and before moving ahead, let's sort out any issue if there is any, and then we'll move on to the next slide. Just allow me 2 minutes, let me just coordinate with them. Uh, Seems like it is all fine. So okay, fine. So this is the first part of the whole session that we were talking about. Now, okay. Now, okay. Let's say whatever that I showed you here. Uh, uh, I would say okay, fine. So this is the so for the record, I use obstrocks, uh, and okay. I think there always I get the request. How do we set it up? I will do that, and I will go to the obstruct website and I'll try to show you how exactly. I'm by no way trying to say you need to have obstruct. It's just that I have been using it. I'm pretty sure all these things are available in respective other brokers, and you can have these things. So nothing to worry on that. So the same thing I kind of have it in Spider, which I obviously kind of use. So if you see the left hand side, it's the same thing that what I showed you in obstructs, the same ADX, MACD, and the super trend that I was talking about, and the right hand side, I think all of it are all same. But if you see the right hand side bottom chart, this is one thing that I keep looking at. What are the price and open interest ka movement is happening, and that gives me a much better indication in terms of how exactly the prices are moving. This is going to the data aspect. If the open interest is going down, if the open interest is going down and price is going up, so we know for sure it's a matter of time price will come down. So we'll come to the open interest side of it in a while. But I just wanted to show you the kind of setups that I have created for my own understanding it kind of what I do. So this is my obstruct platform. I will take a couple of minutes to show you how exactly I have kind of set it up. And this is my spider setup. And coming back to it, so this is if you again just I somehow don't see the chart that I'm showing the laptop in the YouTube. Just give me a second, guys. So I hope you're able to see the slide that I'm showing you right now. So we know the Bank Nifty index moves by the private banks, just like 4 5 um, uh, main banks, IndusInd, Axis, your obviously HDFC and Kotak Bank. So this is one kind of setup I keep open in my system. I just want to see how the movement is happening. If you see all these private banks, the lower half of the second half of the day start. If you see the prices, they kind of kept moving. Whereas Kotak Bank is something. Uh, some Kotak Bank is something that is the price is definitely so the rate line on the zero is like it's giving the percentage change from yesterday. So all the private banks, the major good private banks, see the momentum, and if you see this one look of it will tell you look at the position of ICICI Bank and look at the position of IndusInd Bank. These are the top performers in the bank Nifty index today. So that's exactly one thing that we kind of do where we just want to have an understanding how exactly the individual components of the Bank Nifty are kind of now moving. So so this is one. Um, okay, before going other, I just wanted to ensure we have covered rest of the things. Uh, yeah. So till now, I think we are all clear till this point. Then okay, this is another setup that I have for where I kind of keep checking on a. So I think this thing I had taken it yesterday maybe in the slide. So it might not be. Don't these are all weekly options expiring yesterday. So the benefit of this thing is that the kind of whatever strike price that I'm trading, I just want to see the different grades, be it delta, gamma, theta, vega, and all those things. I just wanted to see which is the strike price having the right kind of combination of the grades that I'm looking to scalp. So one glance, not that every time I kind of keep looking at it, but this is something that I keep into account from the data point of view. This is weekly expiry. Okay. Okay. I think these are the 3 4 slides I wanted to show, which kind of give a direction exactly how exactly. So right now we are in the Bank Nifty future versus UICA chart. And this is a slide that you're looking at. Now the the left hand side gives the price A, and secondly the how many contracts are getting built up. Okay, which is nothing but the same thing. The red and green are giving the open interest ka data for every. Let's say I think it is delayed by 3 minutes, but we get the data every 3 minutes में open interest, and the chart you see is the price. So if you see the whole day, the open interest has been kept going up for most of the day, barring maybe the last 20 minutes kind of thing. So these are the these are the slides, and these are the data points I can info regarding the direction of the Bank Nifty for that particular day. So I'm not saying that only you need to look at the chart, but these are the few slides, or few setups that you can have from any of the softwares or any of the other this thing to understand where is the direction of the Bank Nifty, whether the open interests are getting added or not. If you look at it at 11:56, the number of contracts were there is 76 thousand odd, right? And now it is around, by the end of it, it is around gone to around 80. So of course we understand throughout the day the open interest has been added, and it's in the offside. But make no mistake about it, this is the time and zone where the data in Bank Nifty and options data, they are very very kind of, no, I would say sparse. Like, no, it's not like what it used to be earlier. So we need to be careful about reading this data, and be very careful whether to uh, carry any Bank Nifty options. I'll come to the aspect of the Bank Nifty options and why exactly buying options overnight and things like that would not be that good right now. But yeah, these are the few points that I refer to. If you look at it, the other slide, Bank Nifty 19,200 put weekly. Look at it. Once the kind of, no, the price, what do you say, has gone below 300, there is sudden open interest write up. The writing has happened. So if you have these slides in front of you, uh, there is definitely going to be kind of, lot of what do you say, information that you can gather. So by 12 o'clock, if you see, the price has gone below from 300, from the top of 580 below 300, and the writing is happening a lot. I'll definitely not go and buy 19,200 ka put on an expiry day. So these data points are also relevant to understand whether you need to buy a call or buy a put. Okay, just see the price in the single day. The 580 ka put ka price has gone below from up to, say, obviously worthless, and things like that. So if even if you need to scalp, when I say the first point, you need to know where it is going ahead, where is the direction, and you need to find your own way out to find out the direction. It can be open interest related, it can be charts, it can be any system that you might have developed, but you need to have a view of the market for the next 1 hour, next 2 hour, and things like that. So this is again one point where we find a lot of value in terms of, in relation to the open interest. Similarly, if you see 19,300, this is not something very very. There is not, okay. If you remember in the beginning, I told you about, not to trade when the kind of, spread is not there, and the liquidity is not there. Even if it is Bank Nifty and that is on a expiry day, just look at the 3 minute gap made, the kind of, movement that is happening. So if you look at it, 13, let's say take it from 12 o'clock. Yeah, so 12 o'clock, 12:05, the price is 136. 12:08, the price is 114. 12:08, the price is 162. Now, this is exactly what I'm not comfortable with. There has to be good amount of spread in between the kind of, the same strike price. If this kind of spread is happening, I'm not interested to scalp that particular strike price. If you see, if I buy it at 12:22, sorry, 12:32 at 160, at 12:35 it is 123. And we know that the kind of, volume and liquidity that we have in this Bank Nifty and Nifty index right now is definitely low, and they're very liquid, and I'm sorry, it's very illiquid. So you need to understand, you can only enter the particular strike price whenever there is a decent amount of spread is available. If the spread is not available, you cannot do scalping. It's as simple as that. So uh, by definition, whenever there is no good amount of spread is available, there is no definition, no particular direction that is available, it's better to stay away. It is not that this strategy can work in each and every environment. No, it is not. And it cannot also work in each and every instrument. That is also not possible. So, I of course we have been doing it for the last 2 years, 3 years, and it is fine. But last 1 month maybe the liquidity is not there, and obviously I would say the beta spread is very high. So these are the zones you need to understand. You need to lie a little low, or you wait for the liquidity to kind of come up, or the momentum to come up. So these are the inference point that you can gather from different time frame. Every 5 minutes, 4 minutes, if you see the price, what is it, trend is very illiquid and things like that, don't enter. There's no point entering it. So that's another point I wanted to make. And the next slide is Bank Nifty 19,300 ka call and put, and that is weekly. If you look at it, what is it? So the left hand side is the 20,000. I'm sorry, I think there is an error on the heading. It is not 19,300. It is 20,200 put and call. So 20,000 put. Let me just edit it. Yeah. If you just see the left hand side, what do you see? Um, so there was a heavy. So this is kind of, this put had a lot of writing that had happened in the first, let's say till 2 o'clock kind of thing, maybe 1:30 kind of thing. Suddenly the open interest, the short covering or whatever, it kind of because of the momentum in the price, the open interest came down. So there is a momentum that is happening. So for this thing, if you still look at the 19. I'm sorry, I think it's 19,300 only. I'm sorry. So 19,300, the right hand side is the call. If you see, the call writing is happening since 2 o'clock. If you see, there was no open interest that was given, but at the same time, when the call started falling, this kind of the open interest went up. So this shows the direction of the individual strike price ka price movement. So any other way, you ought to be knowing where is the direction that is happening for the particular strike price, and which strike price you want to kind of attack for scalping. So something like this, if you can open, well, now we cannot see it, but yeah, something like this 19,300 ka call. I'm showing the left hand side chart. From around 160 rupees or maybe 180 rupees, it has gone to around 700 rupees. If you have a scanner, if you can set it up where all those indicators based scanning that I was talking about can be employed, this kind of move can be easily caught. And then what you do is slowly steadily add quantities, and try to increase the quantity, and try to do the scalping. So this is another thing what you can refer from from the data and an open interest kind of thing. So yeah, so I think this is what I wanted to say. Few points regarding the open interest and the price momentum of the individual strike price. Um, yeah, I think this is all I wanted to drive the points towards. And we all obviously we all know about open interest, right? So just for the record, your open interest is going up, price is going up. We know there's a long build up happening. Your open interest is kind of going up, price is going down. You know that obviously there's a short build up that is happening, and the reverse is like the price is going up and open interest is going down, just the way we saw the previous slide. There's a short covering happening, and similarly price is going down, open interest is going down, the long unwinding is happening. So there is my FNO, there is Quansa, there is so many other this thing where you can find different strike price, and wherever the call writing and put writing is happening. So those are the points that you need to infer before you can finally take a call, which is the strike price that you need to kind of do the scalping. If there is enough liquidity, there is enough spread, there is enough momentum that is happening in that strike price. So choosing the strike price is also important, but also what you can do, you can always buy at the money call and at the money put. Now okay, let me just take a couple of minutes regarding the option Greeks and why exactly certain option strikes will be kind of useful. So look at this like this way. So let's say bank Nifty is 20,000, right? Now, um, at 20,000 Bank Nifty call, the delta is 1 for the future, I'm saying, right? Bank Nifty being such a wild animal, it can move 100 points, 50 points here and there every 2-3 minutes time. So I don't want to give up all my kind of money at one go, at one future, which I do not know the where exactly the momentum is kind of taking it towards. So normally what I do in terms of this thing, I would rather enter the options at a point where it is kind of the delta is zero point 0.4, maybe zero point 0.5, and what I'll be doing, I'll increase this, I'll do the scalping in this strike price. For the moment, let's say, let me take you to obstacles today. I think I'll be able to make you kind of go through that thing better. Nitesh, I'm opening the obstacles. Kindly help me kind of show that. Uh, let's say I'm talking about. Okay, if I'm looking at Bank Nifty and Bank Nifty, same thing on the different strike price 20,400, let's say. So it's like this. Either you have the option of buying Bank Nifty ka future one lot at any point of time and keep adding it. But the way I look at it, or rather I am comfortable with, I would rather buy at the money call or at the money put depending upon the momentum of the index, and I'll try to buy zero point 0.4, zero point 0.3 ka delta and try to scalp it till the time it goes to 0.7, 0.8 delta. The reason is that it is very difficult for me to manage as an individual the whole one delta of Bank Nifty. I would rather have the up move, but in a more tapered way. So what I do normally, I always try to buy the Bank Nifty at the money or little. let's say 20,000 में बैंक निफ्टी है तो 20,200 का कॉल बाय किया आपने. If you are anticipating the move is coming, okay. Now 20,200 ka Bank Nifty ka at the little far away at the money call might be, let's say, costing around say 400 rupees. The delta might be 0.3, zero point 0.4 kind of thing. Now I will try to scalp it. 400 I'll buy maybe 380. I might be buying one lot just to test the water, how exactly this is going to be. And by the time the Bank Nifty start making move towards the anticipatory move that I'm expecting, I'll start adding quantities. The quantity is the same thing. If you see the water that you're seeing in the, I showed you the Bank Nifty ka future, the same thing can be seen over here in the Bank Nifty ka index. But I'm talking about the what is say call me. You see the EIS, Elder Impulse System. Once the PSR has given a by the crossover has happened, the view up has happened, ADX has happened. There's just only one bar near about 400. That is where the bar has gone turned kind of red. That is the same bar where let's say your this thing your Hackney chart is also giving a red one. Look at the right hand side. Look at the left hand side. All the right hand side, all the indicators are giving. I'm talking about the super trend buy signals, and this is also giving a buy signal. All I'm trying to make, instead of making money, let's say you have 10 lakh of capital. If you want to buy Bank Nifty, this thing, I would rather say don't buy Bank Nifty का future. Buy at the money call a little far away. At the money call में जो रहेगा, let's say 100-200 point के ahead of it, and try to scalp it 1 lot, 2 lot, 5 lot, 10 lot, whatever that you can comfortable with, and try to see how much you can kind of make a move of. If you see the first signal, whenever that point has come, it was around 387 and 370, 387, 390, 400, 425, 450. Keep adding it, and the definition of adding more quantity is that it has to break the high of the previous swing high. If that is happening, you have a confirmatory signal and you keep adding depending upon whatever this thing that you kind of seeing it. So that is exactly my point is, instead of going for Bank Nifty future directly, try to buy Bank Nifty at the money call or at the money put, and that will be having much better capital allocation. So yeah, that being said, let me go back to the PPT, and Yeah. So now this is again something that you can keep look. All I'm trying to say, like whenever you do scalping or positional trading or whatever, um, most of the time you need to have the confirmatory signals from data, from premium, wherever, from whichever source that you're using. Just need to have the kind of confidence that this is an up move because of the, let's say, open interest data is suggesting so, the chart is suggesting so, there is put writing that has happened in the lower level, and so there is a support that is getting built up and things like that. Look at the PSR level at different strike price. Look at what are the different banks and wherever the open interest is getting kind of built up. Those are the confront. Now all the banks you don't need to look at. ICICI, SDFC, Axis Bank, more than enough to, and obviously Kotak Bank, more than enough to form a view where exactly things are moving and how they are going to move maybe. So yeah, so this is one slide that I find interesting. This again I kind of watch it from Spider. Now if you look at it, this is again yesterday's expiry ka chart. So what I've done, I have put the kind of same strike price ka call and put starting from 19,100, 200 and 300. So I am showing 19,100 ka call, I am showing 19,100 ka put, so and so forth for 19,200 and 19,300. If you see, if in case you're getting little kind of confused about so many lines over here, look at this. I'm sorry, one second. Okay, so I think the other slide I somehow missed it, I guess. So yeah, so this also kind of now one window of it. It can tell you. Just look at the P movement and the C movement. Whenever the P movement and C movement are crossing each other, you understand the writing is shifting to the other side. Now, if that is happening, you need to be on the side of the momentum. So basically, as a buyer on an expiry day, also I try to buy options wherever there is momentum is happening. Don't get me wrong; I'll not be buying far away, far out of the money call or put. I'll always try to stick at the money call put and try to see wherever the momentum is happening and try to scalp it for few points. There are times I have seen, so many times rather, 10-15 rupees ka call and 10-15 rupees ka put has gone to 80-90 rupees thanks to the gamma effect. So some I'm not comfortable, it's my trading style, I'm not comfortable with leverage or not. Let's say I'm absolutely novice in selling, so I don't do any selling, so that is why I try to keep it for what you say, for buying options, even it's on an expiry day. And trust me, the risk reward on buying options on expiry day is quite good. So nothing to worry on that front. Until unless you want to do selling and you have obviously a lot more expertise, you can go ahead and use the same chart and understand the direction of it. But I'll always go with the momentum and direction of the stock, and I'll try to. And it's not also that I buy at morning and then end up at the 3:30. No, it's not like that. I keep changing my strike prices. I keep changing my kind of the points of where I need to accumulate calls or puts, and in the slightest of movement which is going against me, I'll exit that call and put, and I'll not be buying those call put. And half an hour back, I might be bullish. I might be accumulating calls. An hour down the line, maybe if the market is giving up gains, I might be accumulating puts. So it works both ways. So there is no view that I try to stick to. There is no view that I think that is going to be the only way the market is going to work out. Nothing like that. So that's exactly how I kind of do it. So yeah, so these are the few points that I would say is kind of helpful for me. Uh, the way I kind of try to do scalping in the market. So yeah, so that is what it is. Let me just quickly check with Spider guys is if everything's clear and fine. Just give me a couple of minutes. Okay, I think things are okay. So let us move to other things that I kind of look at in terms of open interest. Uh, this is a data point that I look at during the day. It is just not nothing. So kind of don't get intimidated by the data. All I'm trying to look at here is that if you see the top left corner where we're talking about near expiry, obviously market is in the upside, so I'm looking at the call and I'm looking at where the price is up and open interest is up, and I'm sorting it by the change in price. So this is exactly what is helpful for me. I'm trying to find out strike prices which is at the money, and what I'm trying to do, trying to see the momentum and where exactly the delta is favoring us, and how we are going to scalp the particular strike price to, let's say, point 0.3 delta to point 0.7, point 0.8 delta. Similarly, in the right hand side, if you see, I'm looking at it where the price is down and open interest is up. So obviously there's a lot of covering happening, and I'm just trying to see where is the maximum put writing is, let's say, happening, and what is the level that kind of coming down it. If you look at it, the 21,000, there is a lot of put that is kind of getting written off in the bottom of the table. So this kind of gives me an idea where exactly, which are the strike price that I can look at for accumulating calls and put during the day. uh, Again, I'm not at all suggesting that all of these data points are needed to be having to do scalping, but this is what I find comfort in, and this is what I kind of try to maneuver during the day, just to try find out which of the strike price will be suitable. So this is one data point I wanted to show, and last but one more thing, yeah. If you, I think I did talk about it. This is yesterday's data, but at the same time, if I refresh it for today's data. Um, One second. Let me just go to Spider, and if I go to Spider and do, I'm not gathering it. I guess that's okay. So I think most of it so this point I was talking about. So this is a slide that I'm looking at only for understanding the Greeks of the each of the strike price, and understand in my little limited knowledge, may I say, the Greeks definitely do play a role. You need to know where exactly how much of theta and delta and gamma that are there in particular strike price. Let me tell you one small addition to whatever is not there in the slide, but I would like to say, in the last so all of you know about IV and Vega, right? So all of this last 1 month for the crisis that we have in hand, the Vega of each of the strike price, and if you see the IV of the market has gone up, right? It has gone up to around 80 plus in last just couple of weeks back, kind of thing. My point is, whenever the IV is high, no matter how good your direction is, even if Bank Nifty goes up by 1,000 points, the particular strike price might just go by 100 points, because the IV is already so inflated. So at that point of, so this is not a zone where buyers can make money carrying overnight positions or carrying during the day, because IV is so high. But in normal market, once, let's say, the if you exclude the market when the corona was not there, and which is a normal market, those are the period when the IV will be on a moderate level. That is the time when the, let's say, Bank Nifty is going by, let's say, 1,000 points. Your at the money call would be going up by, let's say, 400 or 500 points, something like that, which might not be necessary right now because of the high IV component. So this is exactly not a zone to buy options because of the IV. But at the same time, let's say once the market stabilizes and everything goes into particular line, yes, you can definitely expect to kind of buy at the money call or put and scalp it and make a decent return out of it. Having said that, the last 1 month it is not a zone where you can buy options and do much better return because of the high IV component. So if you see the last column of this slide, I'm talking about Bank Nifty Greeks weekly expiry slide. There's a Vega component that is there, and just look at the Vega of all these strike prices. It is humongous. You just would not be able to, no matter how much of delta it is going to, delta is going to stretch, because of the IV, the premium price would not be going to go that much up. So be a little careful in this regard. But otherwise, most of the time, whenever the IV is in the normal level, it is a definitely good way to scalp Bank Nifty and Nifty options. Uh, I think that is more or less about it. So yeah, maybe we can run through a few examples what has happened, and the same thing that I was talking about regarding. So Kailash, Nitesh, I'm talking about the slides scalping example one. Uh, that is maybe I think towards the end, that slide I'm talking about. So just look at it. I think after whatever that I have spoken about, it is pretty clear. It is done on I think 5 minute chart, I guess. If you look at, I think this thing I posted some time back. There's another thing you need to take into consideration. Days like, let's say the upstock breaking down, the zero that breaking down. Trust me, this is not the time where you can do scalping. The other day, the day when it happened, this particular scalping that I was doing from 400 rupees, I honestly would have liquidated everything by 900 or 950 level. I had 2000 quantity maybe, but I wanted to square off. I couldn't square off. The prices came down to 750. Then it went to around 1300, 1500 level. I could not square off then also, and it came down to around 1200 level. Then finally I was able to square off around 1000 level. So if this is another thing, if your internet speed is not working, the broker platform is not working fine, trust me, scalping is not one of the preferred trading thing that you should be doing. In case you adding volume and things like that, so you need to be very careful on that regard. But the setup is very simple. You have just 3-4 indicators, super trend, couple of super trends, and if you can infer from the open interest data, this is all that is needed to make a decent return on a daily basis. And we have been doing it for a long time, and it is definitely doable. But having said that, yes, last 1 month it is not, as I was discussing some time back. If you see, there are a few purple lines I have been drawing. Whenever the high of the previous swing high candle is getting broken, I will keep adding positions. Now, if you see, it had a good momentum for whatever it's worth it. The first super trend that is going red, uh, just look at it by the time the purple candle has come, and let's say the MACD slope is also downward and it is also having negative crossover, ADX is going below 25, I'll exit. Go to the same thing, the Kelachi, I'm doing scalping example too, so that slide you need to kind of have it in open. So okay, so now this thing, if you see it, I'm on the scalping example too. I think that slide number is 22. Uh, if you see that, so there are again the same thing. Your MACD crossover has gotten a positive one, stochastics is positive, ADX is going up. Your the super trend giving to green arrow buy. There's few purple candles, red super trend. I would exit, but at the same time, whenever there's another entry that has come, I will try to scalp again, and I'll keep entering it whenever the high of the previous swing high is getting broken. Keep adding it, keep adding it, keep adding it till the time you see there is a negative crossover is happening in the form of MACD, maybe stochastics, maybe ADX, maybe super trend, or maybe view up or whatever. So that's exactly how you can scalp it. These are old slides, but that time it had gone from 250 to 430 rupees. So some 2-3,000 quantity, if you can scalp it, and you don't have to have the exact move of 180 points, but even if you have 70-80 points for 2-3,000 quantity, this is a good return. In case you can know how to handle the quantity and handle the volume. By no means I'm trying to kind of prescribe to the method and you straight away go and try to do scalping. No, please don't get me wrong. All I'm trying to say, start with one lot and see the setup and use it for a longer period of time to understand it better. But it is much better to kind of uh, see the this way of trading also, but don't go overboard. Stick to your discipline, stick to the strict stop loss, and understand you need to keep going in, keep going out every now and then. If the signals or your chart is not supporting your view, please exit. If you are not able to see proper momentum is coming, market is stalled, not going here, not going there, don't be in the trade. You need to get out. The moment you understand the concept of taking various should I say a lot of few indicators, few strategies in place, it is definitely decent enough way to kind of make money. Understand one thing: you don't need to stick to also the fact that you need to have a upside view, downside view. The moment your indicators, your setup is giving bearish one, please exit. You don't need to be there. That's exactly what is the point of view. You definitely don't need to be kind of staying put in the trade just because you have already taken the positions, and let's say you have bought it at 100, you want to still stay below 80. No, that is not the way to do trading, or other for that matter scalping at least. One to lot, yes, it is okay, but if you have accumulated 1,000, 2,000 quantities, definitely not the way. And for all the guys who want to try this method out, I would sincerely say try with a couple of lots, 2, 3 lots maybe to begin with. Only when you get comfortable and confident that this setup is working, please go ahead and you can do it. And trust me, this is a decent way to kind of earn a decent return over a period of time. Everybody has their own way of scalping, how they look at it, but not necessarily that is right, this is right, my method is right. I would suggest you develop your own method and see what you're comfortable with. Uh, but at the same time, uh, this is exactly how we can look at it. And if I can just so I think, yeah, this is again spiders details in case you want to get in touch with them. But if I talk about it, so if I can just revisit what we have discussed so far. um, so there are two things that you need to keep into consideration. First, have a higher time frame in Hekinesi chart, a 5 minute. Okay, before laying it out, talking about it again, let me tell you, if the market is not trending, if there is no momentum, you don't need to do scalping. You will not make money. The market has to trend. The market has to go upside, downside, whatever. There has to be momentum before you can start doing scalping. And the your time frame depends upon the kind of quantity that you are accumulating. If the quantity is high, you need to have a smaller time frame. Your quantity is small, you can have a higher time frame also. You can do Hekinesi 15 minutes and Bank Nifty EIS 5 minutes, that is also fine. But it all depends upon your own quantity. So yeah, so that being said, so just to kind of revisit what we have discussed, so there are two kind of charts that you can have a reference from. One is a smaller time frame, maybe EIS in that 3 minute time frame, and we are looking at Hekinesi 5 minute time frame. EIS may we will be talking about MACD, let's say your ADX and stochastics. Maybe if you want to add, keep having kind of a consensus from all these different indicators. They are giving a buy signal, and if they are giving a buy signal, all of them try to scalp it small little quantity. Whenever the previous swing high candle is getting broken, add quantity to it. With every tranche there ought to be a stop loss. Keep ensuring that your stop loss is there for every addition of the position that you're taking. And on the right hand side you always have your what you say Hackney chart, which will be talking a smaller time frame ka what is kind of a trend. So that trend becomes a reference point. Your open interest data becomes a reference point. Wherever the call put writing is happening in different strike price, the triangle ka cost, that also becomes a reference point. So take into account all these reference points and try to do the scalping. And the first entry conditions that we talked about: price over super trend 10-3, price over super trend 14-2, price over super trend 21-1. You can have one super trend, two super trend, or three super trend, depending upon you. What is you're comfortable with? I use 2, 10-3 and 14-2, but you can add another 2 also if you want to have confirmations. Price is above view up, and price is above, let's say, your 8 EMA, 21 EMA, that gives confirmation. It is all about having consensus confirmation. Okay, most of the indicators are giving buy signals. Most of the indicators are on the same view that market is going up. On top of that, what we have done on the left hand side, the 3 minute chart, we are talking about the EIS. That is uh, I'm talking about this one. So that is talking about whenever the 13 and 13 EMA and MACD are on consensus, they will give you green or red. Green in case of the market is going up, red in case of the market is going down, and they'll give you purple color candle whenever the market is not having a consensus in terms of 8 and 13 EMA and MACD. So that is about EIS. So till the time EIS is not giving a red signal, that is the first line of should I say warning. You need to keep that into account and just see whether there is any, let's say we are in an up move, if there is any bearish move that has come in any of the indicators, if the MACD is having negative crossover, if the ADX line is sloping down going below 25, stochastic is having negative crossover or anything. So those are the things that you need to kind of look at it. The moment it is turning to be red, another candle kind of thing, maybe you can exit. Maybe you have to have a closer stop loss. Your super trend is giving negative arrow, like kind of an exit signals. Please exit. It is not a game of holding it over a few hours. It may be for 15 minutes. It may be for 13 minutes, 30 minutes. You just want to attack where the momentum is the maximum, and you want to exit the moment. The moment you see the momentum is dying down. That's all. And during that phase of 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever, you keep adding quantities and keep keeping a stricter stop loss, and the moment stop loss is getting hit, you're out of the trade and don't even bother about after that what is happening. Again you can start scalping, but not at the 1000 quantity, 2000 quantity. Start slow, and that is how you can scalp again. And coming back to the chart again, so left hand side will be talking about EAS chart, the right hand side will be talking about say Hackney chart, and you can also plot a couple of indicators like RSI and anything else that you want to have. Any all this, see these indicators and everything, these are lagging indicators. We all know that. There is no doubt about it. And but at the same time, I'm not interested of catching the perfect top or perfect bottom. That is not I'm interested about. I'm talking about that zone where the maximum momentum is happening. If the price action would have given me a buy signal at 100 rupees, through the help of indicator I'm catching it at 120 rupees, I am much more comfortable taking it at 120, because it is giving me the confirmation that things are looking for a good up mover. It's kind of having a trending time for some time at least. Rather than trying to have everything at 100, I'll try to scalp it at 120, 130, 140, 180, whatever, and try to see it, the delta is moving towards zero point 0.7, zero point 0.8. And if at all the momentum is still continuing, I'll move out on this same strike price that I have accumulated earlier. So let's say today, when the Bank Nifty moved from 20,100 to 20,800, let's say, I would actually, I would have preferred 20,300. May I bought the call at that time. Let's say the delta was zero point 0.4, zero point 0.3, whatever. The moment the delta is moving towards zero point 0.7, I will exit that strike price. I'll go to another strike price, maybe 20,700 or 20,600, depend upon the premium and depend upon the delta. And then the delta again from zero point 0.3, zero point 0.42, I'll try to make it to 0.7, zero point 0.8. And again I'll exit, I'll enter another strike price. So this is again one, should I say, art which will come with time. You don't need to kind of think it will come immediately, but at the same time, this is exactly how small little quantity can be added, and you can have the confirmation how exactly this scalping can be done. In my view, when the market is trending, do that. If the market is not trending, don't do it. It is not a strategy to be dealt with every market conditions. So be aware of your risk. Be aware of what kind of momentum that you can catch with the help of indicators, and this will be more than fine. I think that is exactly what I had to kind of cover. I hope. Let me just speak to this spider. Just give me a second. Uh, I'm open for questions. Like I just saw the chart. Sorry, I was not checking anything for the chart and everything. But we can answer. We can answer few questions if you want. But yes, if you have anything, any questions, we can discuss. I'm answering few questions whatever I can see, but there's too much of this thing. But let me answer whatever I can grab. Okay, somebody is asking about. Guys, don't put too many questions. I'll not be able to see. When I'm talking about deltas 0.7, 0.8, all I'm trying to kind of say is that try to get into a strike price where the delta is zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4, and try to scalp it till the point the delta is becoming 0.7, 0.8. Because once the delta is kind of becoming, should I say, around 1 or zero point 0.8 kind of thing, it will be very difficult to kind of difficult for what do I say to manage the strike price, because they'll start behaving like a future, and that is exactly not what I want. So this is exactly okay. Okay, fine. Just hold on. I'm talking about the delta part. Don't ask me any questions. Let me answer this. Then ask me further questions. All I'm trying to say, you are aware of the different Greeks, right? Delta, gamma, vega, theta, and all those things. For a trend and momentum guy, all I'm looking at is that if my delta is going to support me, if I'm going to catch an uptrend or downtrend, your delta is always going to, for me as a buyer of options, I can tell you hands down, if there is a trend and momentum, if you have a proper system at place, and if you kind of know whatever system that you have place, your delta, chasing delta and gamma give you much more money than selling thetas. Let me kind of tell it again. This hype about selling, with due respect to everyone, I don't know how many people can actually take that much of leverage, and if it is wise enough to take that leverage, that's for another point. But at the same time, I can tell you that if you can allocate your capital in a much better way, delta, chasing delta and gamma can give you much better returns. Of course, I'm not talking about this corona market where the IV is so high and all those things. I'm talking about normal market. If the momentum is there, you can go and check today 20,000. Say what are the Bank Nifty ka momentum that has happened. If you would have taken a 20,000 call, how much it has moved and things like that. So. I'll tell you another thing. I think this is another good concept. Bear with me, if you can. This is obviously not part of the thing that we had talked about, but for the larger interest, I'm talking about delta. So let's say your Bajaj Finance is no, trading at 2,300, right? Now let's say you have 23, let's say 10 lakhs capital. Now you want to take Bajaj Finance, right? Let's say you want to take 1,000 Bajaj Finance. Now 1,000 Bajaj Finance might eat up your 7-8 lakhs of capital. Let's also be assured of the fact that Bajaj Finance is going to have a move of around 70-80 points next day, next couple of days, and things like that. But at the same time, you do not want to utilize all of your capital because you find some other opportunities somewhere else. Now let me tell you this thing. When you buy at the money call, that call is zero point 0.5 delta. So if you buy two lots of let's say for Bajaj Finance you buy, let's say what, 4 for 8 lots of at the money call. We are talking about buying equivalent amount of Bajaj Finance ka future, which is 1,000. So for 1,000 Bajaj Finance ka future, it is equivalent to 2,000 Bajaj Finance ka call for an up move. Now think about this. Bajaj Finance at the money call might be 80 rupees. Okay. So at max, how much you'll be spending for 1,000 quantity? 80,000 for 2,000, 1,60,000. You'll get the same impact of Bajaj Finance ka up move. If Bajaj Finance say going up by 100 points, hypothetically, this 2,000 Bajaj Finance ka call that you're buying at the money will give you the similar impact. So that is the beauty of options buying, which people think it is not possible. Now, this is another aspect. How do I know Bajaj Finance is going by 100 rupees or not? That part I'm not talking about. Let's say hypothetically you know that Bajaj Finance is going up by 100 points. Okay. Now, if that is there and I want to capture that kind of movement with my small little capital, how do I utilize that capital by option buying? This is exactly how you do. You buy at the money call or little far away at the money call and try double the quantity to make the delta 1, because at the money call is 0.5 delta. So if you buy double the quantity of the future, you'll have 1 delta, and that will give you the similar impact and what your Bajaj Finance ka future. Of course, your buying is going to have some amount of theta, but trust me, these thetas and everything would not matter with the momentum. The delta will kind of display. So I have been kind of telling in my limited capacity that if you find your direction and trend right, the delta and gamma will give you far better return than theta, and that's my understanding. And I have been, the reason why I keep posting the entrance screenshot is for no reason, is just to let you know, options buying, if you find the trend and directions right, it can definitely fetch you good money. So that is definitely one thing that I kind of um, I would like to say. And uh, Einstein teaching theory relativity to class 4 students. No, guys, that's not the objective. I can hear Sugandhu. I'm sorry if that is how it came across, but trust me, this is something that you need to be aware if you want to trade. Um, uh, I would somehow think if you want to be serious in trading, I'm talking about seriousness, you got to know the basics, you got to know the kind of know this thing, and this is how exactly we can build a career in this thing. If you want to kind of do it for time pass and just for the heck of it, no, this is not for that. Um, what is EAS chart style? This is nothing. This is developed by Elder Impulse System, and that Elder Impulse System talks about, as I said, agreement and disagreement between 13 EMA and an MACD. An agreement will give you green candles or red candles. Up move में green candle होगा, down move में red candle होगा, and अगर कोई consensus नहीं है, it will be purple color. That's exactly how it is. How to set up? See, setup is simple. You just plot a few indicators, whichever indicators that you are comfortable with, and that is exactly how we can kind of take it from there. I would say that is how exactly. Um, Yeah, I'm holding my mic closer if I'm not audible, to be honest. But okay, what is the advantage of value of IV during normal days? Yeah, this is a good question. See, when the IV is high, if the IV is high, understand your premium would be too much to kind of take care of the delta and gamma ka move. All we want IV to be in a moderate level. Now, I don't know when that moderate level will come with the current scenario, but if it is in a moderate level, then the delta gamma can definitely showcase their advantage. But if it is in this manner, it will definitely not be possible. Anup is asking how much percentage gain should I trade. No, it's not about the percentage gain in stocks as per scalping, but at the same time, you just understand what kind of I'm sorry, the points that you want to capture. If you want to capture Bank Nifty 100 points and you have, let's say, 300 quantity, not bad, right? 20, 30,000, that's a good move. But for capturing that 100-point move in Bank Nifty, you need to be very much aware of how exactly you can set up and how exactly you can do it. Okay, stop loss, you can do it 180R. That is definitely kind of advisable. VHLC bar in Obstocks, yes, that is there in Obstocks. You can apply EIS chart in Obstocks. Uh, no, I don't do scalping through algos. That's what I was talking about. I do scalping through only by what you say manual discrepancy, if I may tell it. That is exactly stop loss. See, you can do the stop loss the moment the previous bar swing bar's low is broken. That is how you can do a stop loss. You can do a stop loss when your super trend gives an exit top red arrow. You can exit when the MACD is giving a red bearish crossover and things like that. This is exactly how we are kind of now looking at it. Yes, this strategy will work any index stock. I think Pawan is asking. Yes, this strategy can work in any this thing wherever the liquidity is there, whether good spread is there, it will definitely be working there. And yeah, but at the same time, I prefer Bank Nifty and Nifty because of that volatility and the kind of momentum it shows. Uh, Stop loss don't put, see, 180 is for a small quantity kind of thing. But at the same time, if you look at it, I'm talking about, look at super trend, exit by MACD, negative crossover and things like that. Intraday competitive chart, yeah, this is real time. This is intraday real time. Yes. Live open interest data, I check it in Spider, and that is how I get it. Uh, for 1 lakh account, sir, please don't trade. Raj, you are asking me 1 lakh account, how much percentage? Please don't trade in 1 lakh rupees. Malab, that is at least 5 lakh rupees to be needed, at least basic amount of trading to be done. And yes, I do watch. I keep watching the screens and indicators. Those are the bread and butter for me, so I do it. So I look at 3 minutes and I look at 5 minutes. That is exactly how I do it. And what else? I don't know about Zerodha EIS. I don't know. I don't use Zerodha, so I will not be looking at it. Um, Swapnil, regarding ROI, trust me, it all depends how systematic you are, how disciplined you are, and how can you follow the this thing in your system. That's all. No, you don't have to keep watching the screen all the time. Once you know the trend is there, trust me, over a period of time, your mental algo will start working and you can aram say take a call. Yes, whenever the prices are moving, fluctuating, you can always refer to indicators and then find out. But that is another level, I would say. That is not right now. No, for a beginner, I would not suggest in Bank Nifty options. Please stick to Nifty options maybe. Bank Nifty is too wild and too kind of, should I say, very much volatile. Don't do Bank Nifty to begin with. Do it Nifty one lot, two lot, that's it. Don't do more than that. Rohit, I just replied. Don't do it in Bank Nifty to begin with. Do it in Nifty. No, I'm not asking to anything is required. All these indicators are available. I'm replying to Subramaniam. Neither spider nor obstructs. You can have anything. These are the setup that is available in most of the broker platforms. So don't worry on that. Beginner, yes, no, beginner don't try Bank Nifty. Please start in Nifty. Don't try it Bank Nifty, please. Mental algo, how many months? Maybe for me it is 2 3 years almost. So yeah, I don't know. That is how my limited experience has been. But yeah, yeah, you can use. So if you want to use in higher time frame, just do it in this thing, 30 minutes and maybe 45 minutes and 1 hour. 45 minutes for a small this thing of 15 minutes also. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes. That is how you can spread it out. How much is initial stop loss? Stop loss you just put it previous. If you bought it at 100, your ATR is at around say 15 points. Put it at 85 as a stop loss. Yeah, weekly options are volatile. Yes, I understand that, Rohit. But at the same time, all I'm trying to say, start with Nifty. It will be very good. No doubt on that. Start with the Nifty first. Ranking is definitely not under the purview of this session, so I would not be able to answer that, and it will take much higher time. Option course, yes, I do conduct my workshop. I have done few workshop on various this thing, including scalping is just maybe 10% of our strategies that we use, but this is not definitely something that we kind of know. Uh, uh, जहाँ से भी like it is just one of the strategies, it's not all of it. रामकृष्ण सर अभी तो कोरोना चल रहा है so we are just doing a webinar but we are not doing any workshop right now मतलब yeah that is what it is. I don't know Kaustubh, yeah, that's a very good question. I'm not very sure ki whether it can be I'll go. I'm pretty sure it can be done but not that ki I'm aware of it if I can do it or things like that, but it can definitely be tried, no doubt on that. Nifty weekly, do Nifty weekly. Don't have to go for monthly because intraday Nifty weekly is still fine if you have the momentum. Or maybe in the next week, Nifty Bank Nifty is also fine. There are many sources to learn option grids. Just Google it and you'll find many places. So no worries on that. Kalyan, it is you can do Nifty weekly or maybe next week weekly this thing. Okay, stop loss. Just the moment your super trend is giving a sell signal, please exit. The moment your MACD is giving a negative crossover, please exit. I use market order because I want to catch the momentum. That's an answer for Kishore. I use the market order because I don't believe in limit order. If the momentum is there, I would rather try to catch it than trying to do the limit order kind of thing. Uh, Market summary. Yeah, this is like the different windows. Jagannathan, I'm sorry. Open market summary report in two times. Yes, these are different reports. So yeah. Uh, okay. Yes, I'll always, Sandeep, this is answer to you. Yes, I will be, I'll always be looking at ATM or maybe little far away ATM where the delta will be zero point 0.4 kind of thing. And I'll try to kind of scale it up to zero point 0.7, zero point 0.8 kind of thing. Input period view up is default. There is no this thing. It is default for sure. Yes, limit order. Sorry, yes. This what do you say? The answer is for Sai Prasad. Yes, impulse system lets you kind of exit faster. That is why it is. That is how it is helpful. Next webinar maybe April end, maybe first week of May. That is how it is. Y tracking is not a must for entry, but it is definitely helpful for deriving the information in the this thing. That is how it is helpful, I would say. Yes, Rohit, that's a very good question. If the price goes up in my direction, so I'll try to take it at zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4 delta, take it to zero point 0.7, zero point 0.8, then leave it, then enter a strike price which is again zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4. So that is exactly how I'll kind of not do it. Pooja, thank you. I really hope all of you kind of found some value in it. Viewer significance, I think John just read about it. There are so many things that are available. I think you'll find a lot of value in that. Talking about derivative summary, can you open it to Windows? Yes, you can. You can, Jagannath. You can open that. And I find it very useful because this is live data and I can find out whatever. Uh, yeah, this is how exactly. Sure, I'll do sometime. And definitely not anytime soon, but I'll definitely do, Ramesh sir. Yeah. I hope you guys like the kind of webinar and you liked what I was kind of talking about, and you will be finding Anand super Anand. Okay, okay. The super trend values are 10, 3, 14, 2, and 21, 1. That is how exactly it is. So yeah, EIS is not there in Spider. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much. I sincerely wish all of you, like, if you find value in this one, do go to Twitter and give a feedback. Even if you don't like it, that is still okay. But yeah, do share your views and do share what you learned. And if you have any queries, I am ready to answer. I might be late, but I'll definitely try to reply. Thank you, Vasu sir. Thank you. Ramesh, yes, we will do some data reading webinar also. Definitely, I will do that. Manoj, yes, I definitely do OI analysis also. That is definitely bread and butter for all the option traders. Exit by stop loss, exit by, should I say, whenever you reach certain M2M, 2, 3 bearish signal, yes. Ramesh, yes, we will do some data reading also. How to get zero point 0.3 delta data. So you'll find it from option grids and different softwares. I'm not asking anyone to take software, but I'm just telling you, most of the software do give you zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4 delta, and that is how you'll do it. Rohit, let me see if we can share the PPT. We'll get back to you. Spider guys will speak to you. The webinar is definitely there in. The webinar is definitely going to be there in YouTube, and yes, it is there. Yes, stock options trading delta is required, and we are not. We are not kind of delta neutral strategies. These are delta chasing strategies. Rajkumar will try. We'll get back to you regarding the PPT thing. Yes. There is point 1.5 ATR. You don't have to calculate. It is there. Most of the broker software will have it. Don't worry on that. Just plot the ATR and give your range. Whether you want to give 1, 1.5, 2, whatever that is needed. 10,000 worth revenue. Oh, thank you, Arindam sir. Yeah. Dinesh, as I said, you don't have to calculate 1.5 ATR. All you need to do, try for 1 ATR, 0.5 ATR. That is more than fine. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I hope, yeah, Prem, this webinar will be there in YouTube in Spider, this thing, so no worries on that. Contact details is, I use Sharekhan and not Sharekhan that much, but I still have an account there. Sharekhan mainly obstacles only. Thank you all. Thank you for your time. So this is for today. Thank you so much for your time, and see you next time whenever that is possible. Good night.